Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome to Basic. We're going to continue doing probability. And one thing I wanted to show you today, we're going to do a couple different examples of probability. But if you see P of something, that just means probability. So P of 4, like if you look at our first question here, P of 4. So what's the probability of picking a 4 on this board? So what we're going to do is we're going to see how many numbers there are. So there's 16 squares, and 4 only occurs one time. So what that would mean, the probability of getting a 4 is going to be 1 out of 16. Okay? And sometimes it's going to ask you maybe what the percentage is, or to write it in a decimal form. And all you're going to do is use what we did to convert a fraction to a percent or a fraction to a decimal. If it just asks what the probability is, you're good doing 1 out of 16. But if it asks you the percent, you'd have to convert 1/16 into a percent is all you need to do, okay? And on the work I'm going to give you today, it's going to ask you to do all three. So you'll do the 1 out of 16, then you'll convert it to a decimal and then to a percent, okay? So sometimes it's going to ask you what percent is there of getting a 4, okay? So number 2, what's the probability of getting an odd number? Once again, we have 16 choices here, and I'll just take the yellow pen and we'll check, we'll check 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. So if we go back and look, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be 8 out of 16. It's going to be 1/2. Okay. The next one, number 3, what is the probability of getting a shaded number? And I shaded with the red pen. Let me erase these yellow arrows, these yellow checks. Okay, so if you go back and look, on the top row, there's 3 shaded ones. On row 2, so I'll just put a number on this first column, there's 3 shaded. This one has 2. The third row has 4, and the last row has just 1. So that's 5, 7, 10. So the percentage or probability of shaded, is going to be 10 out of 16. Okay. And if it asks you, if it's multiple choice, you guys, and you realize, well, 10 are shaded, there's 16 total, you go and look for their answer. It's not 10, 16. Don't panic, because sometimes it's going to ask you to reduce it, and that would just be 5 out of 8. Okay. So sometimes the answer is going to be exactly what the probability is, 10 out of 16. But maybe then you just have to reduce that. You just have to make that 5 or 8. Okay. So number 4 here, what's the probability of getting a number of at least 8? At least. So that includes 8. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because 9 of these numbers are 8 and higher. So that one would be 9 over 16. And 5 asks how many of the numbers are unshaded. So we'll go back and look. And let me erase these. So in the first row, there's only 1 unshaded. The second, there's 2. In the third row, there's 0. In the fourth row, there's 3 unshaded. So that's going to be 6 out of the 16 are unshaded. And then what it's going to ask, how many of those are even? So we know 6 are unshaded, and now the even numbers are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's 4, 8. So that's going to be 14 are even numbers or unshaded. Okay? So it'd be 14 out of 16 are even or unshaded in that box. Okay. Now, on the homework, it's going to ask you about a deck of cards. So just so you know, on the deck of cards, there are hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. So there's 4 different suits. And then you have in each suit, you have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So each suit is going to have 13 different cards. So a standard deck of playing cards has 52 cards. And there's 13 in each suit. Diamonds would have all those clubs, and spades would also have 13 cards. So if I asked you, what is the probability, if I put P, of getting a 2 of spades? So a 2 of spades is only going to occur one time. There's only 1 2 of spades in the entire deck. So that'd be 1 out of 52. Okay. Just like we went over here, if I asked you to find 8 of hearts, that's only going to happen one time out of the 52 cards. Okay, so the next one, if I asked you what's the probability of getting a 5 or a queen? Okay, so in hearts, there's going to be a 5 and a queen. Diamonds, there's going to be a 5 and a queen. Clubs, there's going to be 5 and a queen. In spades, it's going to be 5 or a queen. That's going to happen 8 times, 2 in each suit. So that would be 8 out of 52. Once again, this can be reduced. So if you get this on the test and you know it's 8 out of 52, but you don't see that answer, don't panic. Be like, can I reduce this fraction? And you can. 4 would go into 8 2 times, and 4 goes into 52 13 times. So 852 and 2 13s are exactly the same. Okay. Let's do one more that's going to be on the homework. So say you get the word, oops. Photosynthesis is the word. What's the probability, if I say, of picking an N in that word? So we're going to see how many letters are in this word first. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, and now I'm going to look how many N's are in photosynthesis. Well, I only see one right there. So the probability of getting an N is going to be 1 out of 14. What about if I ask you to find the probability of O? Okay, well, I see O 1 time, 2 times. So that's going to be 2 out of 14. Once again, if 2 out of 14 isn't one of the multiple choice answers and you know you did it right, don't panic and be like, oh, 2 out of 14 can be reduced. It's going to be 1 out of 7. Okay. All right. So I'm going to post a worksheet. And remember, we'll do a quick review here. So if we want to convert 1/25th to a decimal, remember we're going to divide the bottom into the top. So what we do is 25 into 1. And we're going to put the decimal after the 1. And the first thing you want to do is bring this decimal up. This is just some fraction review, guys. And then I'm going to add a 0. Now, as 25 going to 10, it goes 0 times. So what I'm going to have to do is add another 0. And as 25 going to 100, it does. It goes 4 times. And 4 times 25 is 100. And that's 0. So 1/25th converted to a decimal is going to be 4 100ths. Okay. And when you convert 4 100ths, that would just be 4 over 100. And the percent of that is going to be 4%. So it's going to ask you to do a little bit of that on the worksheet. Part of it is you're using probability, but we're also using some of the skills we learned before when we did fractions and decimals. So just remember, whenever you get a fraction 1/25th to convert it to a decimal, you're going to divide the denominator, in this case, into 25, into the numerator, the top number, which is 1. All right, you guys, there's not going to be, we have a training tomorrow, so there won't be a live class. So I will try to post something, and then we'll be back on Friday, and we will go over this homework on Friday. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.